G'day guys, what's going on? Super here, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over my round 17 review. Sorry for the late upload, guys. Been pretty busy this week. Probably a bit frustrated with SuperCoach just because I'm playing for league, so don't really care too much about overall because, I can't even field a full primo side. It's bloody frustrating. But we'll go over the side. I scored 2,498 in the top 8%. Not too bad, actually. I thought last week I was going to drop heaps in the ranks, but wasn't too bad of a score. Sitting at season rank of 7,610. Went up the ranks somehow 40 positions, so wasn't too bad in terms of leagues. But yeah, I didn't have a full primo side yet. And yeah, this was my side, so I think let's have a look what I actually did. So yeah, I had the VC on Neil, took the 142. I think most people did that. I still have 3 trades. The stitch up was Ziebell wasn't named. Is he still the sub? Surely not. So that's a bit of a worry about Ziebell being a sub. So that kind of effed up his score last week. Sicily wasn't back last week either, but now he is, so that's good. I'll be able to have a full primo side, hopefully. The Ziebell situation is kind of a bit of a worry now looking at it. But yeah, Dacos killed it. Stewart did Stewart things. Dawson was good. Will Day really bounced back. So I think now I'm going to actually hold on to Will Day over Ziebell because Will Day's actually got the guaranteed games. It's a bit of a worry, Ziebell's one of the better players for North Melbourne and he's not even getting game. Sheasel got 65, but the Cats belted him, so take that score with a grain of salt, I reckon. And then Bontempelli got 123, which was good. I didn't want to VC him. I had a bad feeling about that. Merritt scored 136, which was awesome. Neil was good. Laird did all right. And Brayshaw managed to score a decent score. I thought he was going to score 80, so that was pretty lucky. Hopefully he can go big against the Pies. I think they're missing Mitchell this week, and their ruckman. So Shrek might go massive again. If you want to get Shrek in, I'd probably recommend it. He looks like he's in really good form, so that's awesome. And then Tom Green, 73, not the greatest from him. Adelaide, interesting matchup this week. Wonder how he goes. Walsh, he really bounced back. This is the type of scoring I expect to see from Walsh. Really hope he can, first of all, beat the Power this week. That'd be pretty funny if they did that. I think they are a fair chance, but I want to give Port some credit because they actually are really good this year. So I didn't expect them to be so good, but yeah, they're a fair chance. I think they're fair contender if they get the prelim in Port. They're pretty safe, but how are they going to play at the MCG? Who knows? Cunningham stayed in the side, so that's awesome. Vital might actually get a game, so that's okay. Hopefully he starts scoring well and will be a bit of cover if he does get named. Oh yeah, so I scored so shit because I fielded Chesser. That's when you're effed. You are stuffed. Had to field bloody Chesser last week over Ziebell, and then Ziebell ended up getting subbed on, of course. So that's a bit of a stitch up, but he only scored 59, so I didn't really lose too many points there. English and Marshall were great last week, and then same with Gould and Taranto this week. Who have they got? They got West Coast. Hopefully there's a 160 plus from him. Rosie 95, which is great. Traded in Butters. That was the biggest letdown of the year. 81, not great at all. He should go. It's either Rosie will go big, Butters will go big, or Walsh will go big this week. I reckon one of them will go massive in the game this week, so that'll be interesting watch. And then Cogs, yeah, he really, I think he got robbed a bit from points, to be honest. Dunkley's still not back. Had to field Ford. I think I'm going to have to field him again, for God's sake. Someone shoot me. Yeah, it's just not ideal. And, the big fella, Jack Steele, he actually scored massive, got 140. I'm really asking myself the question, do I want to trade out Ziebell because he can't even hold his bloody spot in the side and just bring in Steele? I might actually do that if he doesn't get named tomorrow. I actually might do it. It's a massive risk. I kind of want to just hold it off until next week, just because I am very worried about bringing in Steele, but he does look like he's back. So do we take the punt? Do we take the punt on Steele? Might do it. I've got 3 trades, that leaves me with 2. But then again, if I'm going with Steele, what am I doing? So yeah, this is probably how I will line up if what's his name still out, Ziebell. Just bloody frustrating because Dunkley's out and I'm still not fielding a full primo side. But yeah, I might do this. Probably makes a bit of sense to go with this. Otherwise, I do kind of want to hold off and get Took just as a massive pod because he is going to drop a fair bit in price. He's at 556, scored, 92, I believe? Yeah, 92. He played like centre-half forward. Oh, not centre-half, forward pocket or something, I believe it was. For the whole game, managed to score 92. Had 16% in CBAs or something. Ridiculous. And he still managed to score 92. Imagine what he's going to do when he gets back in the midfield. But he does have that 186 break even. So it's either I wait another week with Ziebell, field another shit score from Chesser, or but to be fair, that was a pretty decent score from Chesser. But yeah, it's a bit of a tough decision to make. I feel like going with Steele is pretty obvious though, but I kind of do want to get Took just to climb up the ranks, hopefully. But Ziebell, he's got North and St Kilda. Like last time he played him was this year and he scored 179. So I kind of just want to wait until then, and then after that round decide if I want to trade Ziebell or not, if he's in the team or not. Just because he did go so massive last time. Last thing I'd want to do is trade him out, and then he's got St Kilda next week and he goes 160 or something. That would be a stitch up. So I'm still undecided what I want to do with Ziebell. I could even trade out Sheasel instead of Ziebell, but at least he's actually getting games, so don't really want to trade out Sheasel. I don't know. I'm going to have to check the bloody team lineups because this is a bit of a stitch up. Wait, fixture. Where the hell's the bloody lineups? Am I tripping out? Oh, this is just a rookie mistake. I haven't gone on the web page in ages. I'll just have to have a look at it. I swear there's an easier option just to... Is it lineups? So I believe, yeah, so no Tom Hickey. Might VC VC Tim English, I reckon, because even Rory Lobb's out. So English is going to be in the ruck the whole time. I don't think Lobb was really in the ruck anyway, but I swear there's a freaking easier... What else have we got? Grundy got dropped. Robinson, some people might have him. That's a bit of a stitch up. Nothing too big there. So it's easy to check it on the phone, to be honest. But Tom Mitchell got managed. Darcy Cameron is injured. That's a bit of a stitch up. Suspension for Sarong. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling like Brayshaw might go pretty big this week as well, just because Sarong's out. Get his roll back. Can only hope. I think, was it him that scored like 190 against the Pies was it last year, I think? No, I've got it mixed up. St Kilda, was it? Yeah, I remember that game last year. Anyway, still a bit undecided, like what I might do. Might trade out Ziebell, depending on, what happens with him. We'll have to see if he's who's coming into the side and stuff. He's on the extended bench, so where is it? North Melbourne. The teams will get released tomorrow night, like the final teams tomorrow at 5. Sicily's back, thank God. Griffin Logue, Jai Simpkins out. That's interesting. Where's Ziebell? Down here. Bit of a bloody stitch up, I reckon. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see with the final teams. Just trying to figure out who my captains would be. Imagine West Coast won, but they're only paying like $7. That's a bit of a surprise. Yeah, don't really want to be fielding forward this week. But they do have Hawthorn. Maybe he goes right. But we'll chuck the VC on English for the moment. And then who are we going to go with the C option on? Sicily. He's going to go massive when he comes back, surely. Probably not, but that'd be pretty funny. Dacos could be another option to see. I think he might go pretty large against Fremantle. Last score wasn't the greatest. That was 2022. Just trying to decide here. I get the feeling like Merritt might go pretty big against the Cats, but then again, he'd probably get tagged. Like, we'll definitely tag him, I reckon. And maybe like Dawson or Laird as a C option could be in the ticket. I think Laird is due for a bounce back game. Then, yeah, basically this will be what I line up like. Might bring in Steele for Ziebell if Ziebell gets dropped. But he probably won't get dropped. If I can try and figure out a way to get him into the forward line, I don't think I can do that. That would be ideal, but it's just a bit of a stitch up at this point. I really don't want to have 2 rookies on the field again this week, but I might have to just because I think I prefer to get Took back into the side, but then again, I might grab Steele just because of his fixture, because the Saints, they've got like Gold Coast, definitely want to get him in against North and Hawthorn. But then you've got a bit of a harder fixture at the end of the year during finals, so that might be costly in the grand final or something in the league. But yeah, we'll just chuck the C on Dacos for the moment. He's been great, so that's worked out to be well. I do want to get Petrarca, but he does have that half forward role now as well. So it'll be interesting to see this week's game, especially with Grundy out. So if Petrarca spends even more time forward than normal. And then I have LDU here, just as a bit of a wait and see with him. I think he played like shit, to be honest, but he still managed to score like a 134. So if he is back to like the scores he was producing at the start of the year, good pod maybe. Pretty easy run home as well. So could be a good option. But yeah, I don't think I want to use my trade just yet. It's all about Ziebell tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully everyone's going to go well this week and have an actual full promo team, unlike me. So hopefully Sicily can pump out a massive score for us, as we've had to hold on to him for such a long time. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Enjoy, and I hope you go well this week. Thanks. See you later.